Hey there, Aries. Welcome back. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. If this is the first time you stop by, please stick around and see if there's something that you really get out of this. And if you do, leave me a thumbs up or better yet, subscribe. I'd love to know about it. And those of you who are returning are my subscribers, thank you so very, very much. You're helping me grow my channel and I find it very exciting. So Aries, it is a heavy week. It's a heavy week. There's an eclipse coming up on Monday next week, but leading up, there's a lot of category energy. So I decided to try to pick some lighter cards to try to help us navigate through the energies of the moon this week and see if we can't find a way to really move our life forward in a very positive way, in a more uplifted way. So buckle up, right? So as usual, I'm going to start with a conversation starter from the Everyday Enchantment Tarot from Poppy Palin to see what the universe wants to talk to us about. And we're ready to go. So let's see what we have here. All right. So the universe wants to talk to you about a new beginning. That is excellent. This is an Aries card if I ever saw an Aries card. So we're starting out with the moon on Sunday in your sign of Aries. It's been there, got there on Saturday. So now you're discerning what you want to do, how you want to move forward in this brand new project you've got rolling. So that's very good. It's a good way to start the week. So I'm excited about that. I want to get you a little guidance on it because I always like to kind of walk into week with a little idea of where we're headed. And I chose to use the soul coaching cards from Denise Lynn to kind of get you an idea about what it is you're trying to discern. And this new project that you are obviously launching yourself forward on. That's very exciting there. Oops, I thought that would work. There we go. You never know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so let's see what we have here. Let's see. Okay, nice. It says embracing. I embrace and love all of my life. So this creative project here, it's something you love. It's a passion project that you're working on, that you're discerning on. And so that is very nice energy. Yay. Yay for Aries, because it's going to be an interesting week. Okay, so on Tuesday. So on Tuesday at 1:31 p.m. in the afternoon, I'm sorry, that'd be Monday. Monday at 1:31 p.m. in the afternoon, the moon is going to move into Taurus. And the moon in this position is about fear. And then on Tuesday, it's about boundaries. It's a really good time to get things going, to get things started, to really do stuff. Can you see how she's hanging on to all her fears? You've got to let some of those go. You've got to let them go and lighten up. It's hard to paint a project when you're holding multiple brushes. See, she just has one in her hand, right? So let go of some of these fears so that you can start picking out what's important and going forward. And then there's boundaries. Boundaries on Tuesday. Boundaries that maybe they're self-imposed, maybe they're imposed by society, maybe they're imposed by your boss or your significant other. There's always boundaries and limitations. That's how the world sort of works. But the choice becomes, do I live within these boundaries or do I break free? It looks like she's in a bubble. You could think it's a glass bubble, or maybe it's like a soap bubble, and all you have to do is reach up and pop it to set yourself free. So what do you want to do? What do you want to do? So I want to get a little guidance for you using the spirit animal cards from Colette Laren Reed. And, you know, as always, these moon cards are from the Queen of the Moon Oracle from Stacey DeMarco. And I just think they're lovely. Okay. So, fear and boundaries for Aries. What are we dealing with? Wow. Okay. All right. You have lots of advice. You have lots of advice. Okay, this is so awesome. Spirit Eagle has your back. So Spirit has your back. That's number one. So these fears, you're not alone. We also have the Otter Spirit, which reinforces that you're not alone. And you're not alone because you're with Spirit. You're with Spirit. Spirit's got your back. And then it says, Sandpiper. Be playful. So have fun and relax. Don't be so afraid. Don't worry about the boundaries. Get out there and use your creativity and break free of that fear and let it go and embrace life and seek the fun and have the fun, Aries. You're supposed to be having fun this week. Spirit says so. And I say, why not? Okay, so then on Wednesday, the moon is going to move into your third house of communication and siblings sometimes, but mostly it's about communication. So internet or on the phone or speaking. And you have the moon is in this position of will. And because it's in Gemini, and will feels like a very, you got to reach deep into yourself for that. And Gemini is all air and everything. I actually used a little jasper stone here to help remember that we need to be kind of a little grounded, right? And so that's about will and focus. So what do you want to do? We're starting out the week with it in your first house of who you are, what's important to you, how do you present yourself to the world. Then you have this creative project going on that'll help you move you forward with finances, because in their second house is Taurus, and that's about finances, and you're not alone, and Spirit's got your back, and you need to start creating, but you're going to need some will. It's going to take some will. And so I wanted to get a little guidance for this using the Mystical Wisdom cards from Gay Guppy. And knowledge. Well, Gemini, this is your wheelhouse. Oh, not Gemini, it's Aries, sorry. But it's Gemini's wheelhouse, seeking knowledge. So use that power of the moon in Gemini. It's in the third house of communication. Gemini runs the third house of communication. This is all about that mercurial learning, knowing, moving forward, so you can be focused on what your goal is. So you can be focused on what you're trying to create, so you can get where you're trying to go by getting a little educated on the subject. So what do you need to know? Don't just go racing off without doing a little bit of research. Now, if for some reason, Aries, none of this is making any sense to you, as always, I suggest, no matter what, you should always check out your sun, moon, and rising, right? Because you get a little bit more of a well-rounded picture of what's going on with you for the week. So let's just see how this goes here. I decided to work with the C Melodies cards when we start talking about what's going on Friday, because Friday at 10:44 a.m., the moon moves into Cancer. And Cancer is in your fourth house of home and what feels like home to you and family matters. And it says action. It says action. And so the moon's actually going to be there on Friday and Saturday, but I chose different cards for Saturday and Sunday to talk about this week. I thought I'd do something a little differently, but so we're talking about action. Action in this area of home and family. And the C Melodies cards from Jessica Lay are really interesting because they actually give great direct advice. It's this card. It says, don't be too proud to go back to shore. Safety. Don't be afraid to go. Don't be too proud to go back to shore for safety. So maybe sometimes the best action is inaction. So you're ready to launch. You want to take this project out there, but maybe you need support from, maybe part of not being alone is Spirit has brought you people into your family that are very nurturing and safe for you. Maybe you need to talk to somebody. Maybe you need to reevaluate that situation. Ooh, this one didn't get picked up. It's interesting because that one says safety and this one says dive. And so I think the reason it didn't get picked up is you aren't supposed to just jump in. You're supposed to take measured steps on it. We're coming up on a full moon, and full moon's about endings and releasing things and letting things go. And so I wanted to really talk about this one a little bit because there's an eclipse energy that comes with it. And we just had that new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn, and now we're having this full moon lunar eclipse in I can almost talk, in Leo. And Leo is about taking action. It is definitely about that. It's about strength and physical vitality and the power of your will. And it's about shielding and protecting those that are weak. And is that you? I hope it's not you, right? And so look around and see, who needs your protection. And don't forget, if it's you, to be asking for help, because it says safety. Don't go jumping off onto this thing. It's a hunger moon. And it's really cool. I really want you to look at this picture. There's a Cherokee story that comes, an old Cherokee story. And the Cherokee grandfather's talking to their grandson, and he's talking about the wolves within. And the wolves within, there's two wolves inside of everybody. There's the first wolf, which is hate, and darkness, and despair, and jealousy, and sorrow. And the second wolf is light, and hope, and helpfulness, and kindness. And so the grandson says, well, if they're fighting, which one wins? And the grandfather says, the one you feed. So be very careful when you're going into this eclipse energy, that you're remembering to feed the wolf that you want. Let go. It's a time for letting go of things. So let go of the negative energy in your life. Let go of the fears that are driving you. Let go. It's time to let go. Don't feed those. Instead, start bringing the positivity into your life, the creativity into your life, embracing the good stuff, right? Start bringing it in, knowing that you're not alone. Spirit's got your back. Look at this. This card is so cute. It's got the otter in the shape of a heart. You're not alone. You're not alone. There are people in your life. Spirit's got your back. Spirit's put people in your back. Put people in your life to have your back, So before you go jumping in, take a couple minutes and think about what you want. Let go of the bad, welcome in the new. It's going to be an exciting time. I will do a reading just dedicated to that eclipse. But I wanted to get your color card for the week from Segal, and it's indigo. Improve your vision. Improve your vision. And honestly, I think you should think about it this way. It's improving your vision from a higher perspective, right? It's like really looking at things. We got the little sandpiper. He flies. He also runs along the beach. So he's grounded. He plays in the sand, but he plays in the water. So he plays in his emotions, but he doesn't get too far into his emotions. That's good for you. We've got the otter that's playful, right? In and out of the water. So change your perspective, Get up there, get high, and take a really good hard look at it. I'm wearing indigo this week. All right. Well, Aries, looks like a big week ahead for you. I hope you are ready. When this full moon comes, be ready to let go of the things that you need to let go of, because this is a big year for everybody. All right. You take care. I will see you next week. Oh, and don't forget to check out your year ahead if you haven't seen it already. It's really kind of a fascinating reading. All right. I will talk to you soon. Take care.